We're cutting a lovely brunch this morning here in the garden, so
Oh, and if I can show you what's going on this rooster, look there. Oh my dear, we're all vegetarian, and these two are not vegetarians, so they eat the wors and we eat the vegetarian wors. And we've got some visitors. This is Mamaiki, one of our 17 cats, and she caught a mouse, so we gave her a piece of raw meat to eat, just to give her a compliment. And yes, look what this Cabo's doing. He's busy with the brunch, but look how neat he did the table. And Cabosi, yeah, I've explained this, so you can just come and show them what we are going to eat in the garden temple.
this side is tomato and onion.
Yeah,
and this is mushrooms, and here's some eggs.
This looks awesome. As you can see,
toast that's going
there's
to be made,
bread that's still going to be made, toast bread, and look here how beautiful it looks, and it's so awesome. Yeah, and thanks Nikita and Ibulama, everybody, Nikita is Ibulama and Bebazola, for being here, and thank you, dear Cabosi, for doing this braai. This is awesome.
Only a pleasure.
Now we can show all the people out there how we do it here on it's 11 o'clock in the morning, and what is better? Why do you want to go to a restaurant or some place to eat there if you can have a breakfast or a brunch or even a supper here in this beautiful spiritual garden at Rooster and Volenta Lava? And I would like to share you something. This gentleman, Cabos, he got a very big present yesterday, and we would like to share it with you. He got a pair of boots. Now I need to come closer. And it was just wait a minute. There you can see how beautiful it is. Real American, what do you call that? Cowboy boots, rodeo boots, whatever. But it's so beautiful. And Nikita's father gave it to him as a gift, because yesterday was his birthday, and we celebrated out on a small little farm outside Bloemfontein where these two stay, and mom and dad. And it was absolutely awesome. But what can you say about your birthday yesterday?
Was awesome. The whole day was awesome. I actually enjoyed it, and this is actually going on.
We're still partying, people.
We're still. Oh, look how beautiful is the weather. You know, today is the 1st of March, 2023. And look how absolutely beautiful everything is. It's so harmonious, in balance. Call it what you like to call it. But look there at the back. Look how beautiful this big plants are. And there the purple morning glories covering the fence there. It is so beautiful. And yeah, for those people who know what that is, a cannabis plant, and it's a beautiful one. And here we've got another cannabis plant. Those of you who watch the videos knows that we use it for shamanic reasons. Why the shamans is using it, as well as we make medicine for cancer patients. Almost the best in the world. So yes, we are going to share a lot of ancient wisdom secrets, but as for now, we are quickly going to have the brunch, and then we are going to chat with you. So stay with us, don't go away. Hello, before we begin, let me just, on behalf of all of our three, say very thank you to Cabosi for that beautiful brunch out in the garden.
Thank you.
It was very nice. Thank you so much.
Only a pleasure.
Right, Nikita, are we ready to start off?
As ready as always, Aris.
How do you feel? Are you
I
excited?
feel excellent.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
excited.
Yeah, I feel
Can't
excited.
wait.
And
Yes,
you?
excited.
Always.
Always, and you?
always.
I'm so excited.
I'm so glad because I'm also excited. Cannot wait. A very warm-hearted welcome to all our friends out there. Thanks for watching this program, and please help us to help other psychics and spiritual growing people to become part of this big Paralysis Tower of Light spiritual family. We learn from everybody crossing our paths, and I'm sure they can learn from us as well. Please do so by pressing the subscribe, like and share buttons and the little bell icon so that you can be in line for more revealed spiritual ancient wisdom secrets. Did any of you have any experiences that you would like to share with our friends out there? I definitely got one. Friends out there, we decided to share with you on a regular basis what we experienced the past 2 weeks or so. Remember, there's 2 weeks between each and every program, so we are trying to share with you some more deeper understanding of the real deity up there, the gods, the everything. And you know, I'm going to share with you, I think you know us by now, we are what we are, and we we don't put on a false shield. And during the program of possession, I shared with you out there how easy it is to become possessed, but there's always a reason to learn something wisely from that. And what happened to me was the following. Me and Cabos went to a house for a cleansing, and we did shield ourselves, but you must now remember, if you do have to carry somebody, you will. And what happened was, as soon as we arrived there, I became tired, and I mean tired. You know, normally I can go and in 1 second be on my butt on the ground, and then very easily within 1 or 2 seconds be up on my feet again. During that morning, that was last week and Tuesday, I couldn't even went down to sit on my butt. What to say to get up. But in any case, we did what we did to clean the house, and during the Paralysis, you know, I did what I need to do, and then we came home. But me and Cabos normally walk, you know, 3-4 kilos at a time, and not every day, but on that specific day, and I think it was this Thursday, yes, I said to Cabos, listen, we must go for a walk, but please take it slower than usual because I'm tired. And listen now, my heart is going like, you know, it doesn't, you can feel it when it goes like that. And about half the way, which is about 2 kilos, I start feeling that my left arm spunky, the little finger, became dumb. That's the word, eh? Yes. With pins and needles here. And I mean, I had a heart standstill when I was 33, and I did collapse. And I saw from outside my body what was going on in that little operating room. It's not an operating room, it's a casualty room at one of the hospitals. But I was very fit during those days, and nevertheless I know what it feels like to be very near a heart attack or a heart standstill. And luckily I made it to the house, but I said to myself, listen, go and lay down, become restful and relax, which I did. On Sunday I couldn't even prepare the usual Sunday, what do you call it?
Lunch.
No, is it lunch? Yeah, it's lunch. I couldn't prepare it properly, I was too tired. And you know, I don't know why, but I have no reason to to have experiences like that, but nothing came to mind. Maybe you are carrying something with you. And on Sunday afternoon, I went for a sleep, which I think 10 years ago I did that. But nevertheless, what happened was the following. When I stood up and I went for the Paralysis, we all Paralysis on a Sunday afternoon, I saw a person exiting my body, and that person I knew was let's say the older person in the household that we went to clean, and you know, to take away the paranormal activity, etc. I knew that gentleman, and I knew he died a long time ago, but it was he who entered my body, which caused what? The heart palpitations, the very tiredness feeling, etc. About a half an hour. This too was with us after the Paralysis and during the Paralysis, and about 30 minutes after the Paralysis, I said to them, you know what? That old bugger is out of me now. Now I'm feeling great. And I was my old self once more, you know. So what I want to share with you with this experience is you're never too good or too shielded with light not to get possessed. But you know, it's for me, it's there's a new lesson to be learned. I couldn't think that I was possessed at this stage. I thought it was my own heart due to the fact that I had a heart condition when I was 33 years of age, and which was not the case. So beware of sudden illnesses that you don't know generally. Make a plan and find out, you know, cover yourself up with white light from the inside outwards, and say those words that I taught you to say. You know, like Satanaros, Apas Indicator, something like that, to get rid of this evil in or around you. And you cannot always see it in your eyes because, you know, sometimes it's just an attachment on your body and you will not see it in a mirror or in a photo. But luckily for me, I'm back again as usual, and I didn't die of a heart attack or anything. But that gentleman did die of a heart attack, and you know, I know what he felt like before he died. He was just ordinary. I mean, I felt it through my body. I experienced stuff that I not usually experience. And yeah, to share with you, never think you are too shielded up with white light enough not to be a victim of a demonic attack. Okay, that was not a demonic attack. And we as humans, doesn't matter what gives consciousness to the bodies we are in. You know, I know what I am. Let's say this is a human soul, this is an Indian soul, this is what a Bruba. I'm a Vision, and doesn't matter what. The fact is, we should always be prepared to that, because you, or the reason that you shine out light is in a kind of an attraction, but it's not a biblical, a cosmic law. Or every consciousness giving life form that gives consciousness to a human body, not a human-like body, a human body, all those are supposed to collect earthbound souls and to help them over. Because as soon as you Paralysis or do something like a Paralysis to get rid of evil from the inside outwards, I mean, you're supposed to do that. There's other rituals in the Brahma's writings. In some of the books, we give it through what you could say, you know, to clean you up and whatever. But I don't think most of you have maybe saw what you had to see now. You can move today and you can walk, run, do anything, and you're top fit, and the next moment you could be lying in hospital with a heart condition or any other condition that you don't know what the hell it caused it. And nevertheless, how many people die long before they die due to instances like this? So always be careful and try to see the hand of the deities around you and your spiritual guides. You know, listen. This is also an ancient wisdom secret, which I would like to share with you people out there. This 3 knows it already. If you think, you always have something going on up here in your mind. Think loud. Each and every word that comes out of your mouth must be something that's in your mind up here. Your thoughts, your patterns. Think it loud. It's the only, no, not in the street or so, people will think you're mad, but if you are alone in your house or somewhere, just communicate with what's going on up here. Then you are going to realize how many times it is not you speaking there. You know, if I sit here and I'm very busy now and somebody is knocking on the door, and let's say the door is somewhere where I cannot see who's on the other side of the door, and I get a thought of don't open the door. I mean, it's bloody obvious it's not me thinking that, because how will I say to myself, don't open the door? Or a mind, how will I think, don't open the door, Ernst? Why? I don't even know who's on the other side of the door. So that would give me an indication it's a warning from a guide or so, warning me not to open the door. There could be a dangerous person on the other side or so. But if you don't think loud, you are not going to become aware of those guides' voices warning you all the time. And this is what we are going to say or share with you, to say, okay, in future, just think loud. Don't think, you know, in your mind or so. Think out loud. If you sit there and you think, I wonder at what time Nikita and Beba will arrive, say it loud and listen what is the next coming into your mind. 9 out of 10 times, when you are fully aware of this fact and you practice it for years and years like me, you don't have to, you can practice it an hour a day or so for a week, or you are going to be in the process, in the routine, on checking, why did this happen? Why must I hurt this? Why was I led to see this car accident? What's the reason? And find out stuff like that, because that is how the deities communicate with us if we are busy. You know, maybe you're driving a motor car, or you're busy writing a story like me. Not a story, I do research. But even if you stand and prepare food, there's always thoughts entering and exiting your mind. Do that loud and you will start hearing what we all hear. That is why we all always keep safe. So yeah, this is my story.
That's awesome, Aaron.
Okay, he's got
I just quickly want to say, I actually want to thank you all. Actually, I didn't actually share this with you. We made our first 50 hours on YouTube.
Awesome.
Yay! Here we go.
So thank you all people that's
Yes,
watching
thanks
the
a lot.
videos. And thank you for letting us help you people. And thank you for helping
Spreading the
us
knowledge.
reaching 50 hours. But let's see that we can put this till 100 hours until 1,000 hours. So please like
What
and share
about
these.
500,000?
Even much better. So
Yeah.
thank you people for that. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
And from on my behalf also, thank you so much. And Pelasa Toratre Yahweh Gloria. You know, the more people read or look at our stuff, the more people are getting mind opened and not mind controlled anymore. So please, please help others to be part of this beautiful family.
I'm sure most of you watching this program was guided to watch this program for a reason. Maybe you know someone who was lucky enough to survive a sleep paralysis attack. Whatever the reason may be for you watching the program, please share this program with all other psychics or spiritual people you know. The answers is in the program and can help other people too.
I'm one of the millions of paranormal researchers around the world, and therefore I watch dozens of paranormal activity programs per month. Usually when I watch a program on paranormal research, I wish I could be there with that person involved to advise some of those paranormal investigators on what they experience at certain moments. So please help us by sharing these programs wherever you can. Together we can enlighten the world spiritually with what we all know together. I mean, if we put together what I experienced during my research, which I do with you and in the books as well, and we can share what he's doing, she, all the other paranormal researchers, and we put all that knowledge together, that knowledge and wisdom, we can make the world a better place.
Exactly.
So yes, remember that, and together we can help non-believers in the paranormal. They don't believe in the paranormal, so we can help them to better understand the reality of the so-called paranormal. And you still remember what I said to you, nothing is actually paranormal. You know, if you know what we know, you will be on our side when we say, yes, there is not a thing like paranormal activity. What those people are experiencing at the present time happens 24 hours in that specific house. So how can it be paranormal if only one person can, by accident, see a ghost walking or something? It's not paranormal. That is what's going on in the other sub-dimensions around us. Those people who cannot see it are not developed enough psychically and spiritually to be able to see that, and that's why they are actually paranormal in the sense that they cannot see normalities going on in sub dimensions around us.
Exactly.
Right.
So in today's program, which is program E, we are going to share ancient wisdom secrets on sleep paralysis. I know there are literally millions of people suffering from sleep paralysis. Ernst, what is sleep paralysis?
Nikita and friends out there, there is a medical or psychiatric definition of sleep paralysis which read as follows: a temporary inability to move or speak while falling asleep or upon waking up. Now, sleep paralysis most often occurs in people who have narcolepsy or sleep apnea, but it can affect anyone. This is now according to psychiatrics and medical specialists. Now, episodes involve not being able to speak or move while falling asleep or upon waking. This usually lasts 1 or 2 minutes and is often very frightening. Now, the main treatment is improved sleep habits, sleep hygiene as they refer to it, including going to bed at the same time every night, ensuring a comfortable sleep, environmental free of distractions, and avoiding caffeine before sleeping. This is now according to the medical specialists. Now, Nikita, will you explain to our friends what sleep apnea and narcolepsy are?
And sleep apnea and narcolepsy are very different conditions. The only similarity is that they are chronic sleep disorders. While narcolepsy affects how well someone can control their sleep patterns, it occurs when there are repeated pauses in breathing during sleep.
Thank you, Nikita. As you all heard, sleep paralysis most often occurs in people who have narcolepsy or sleep apnea, but it can affect anyone. A question I like to raise is what causes sleep disorders? Just think about it for a minute. And what negative thoughts or vibrations activate sleep disorders? Do a little bit of research on it. There must be dozens of reasons.
Ernst, what is your definition on sleep paralysis?
Nikita and friends out there, remember, and you also, all three of you. Yeah, I don't think I'm not addressing you as well. I know you know a lot of this, but I'm talking with you also. But those friends out there are also very important. Nikita, remember, I study and practice higher dimensions Zora Molege. I work with consciousness-giving life forms, not with bodies of flesh. You heard the medical or psychiatric treatment. The main treatment is improved sleep habits or sleep hygiene, including going to bed at the same time every night, ensuring a comfortable sleep environment free of distractions, and avoiding caffeine before sleeping. Now, if I once experienced sleep paralysis and I get the advice as above, I will not be able to go to sleep due to fear for another attack. Am I right or wrong? I mean, this is obvious. Those people giving you that advice, you know, they don't, maybe they or not maybe, I'm sure they do it from the kindness of their hearts. This is what they knew, because they are not spiritual or psychic developed people who can see into other realms of existence and everything like that. But if I never had, but if I must have, I mean, I studied this, and I studied a lot of video materials on this, and you also, and you all did. And if you see a video material or a video clip on there lies the person sleeping, it's now, doesn't matter what time at night it is, you can see the person is sleeping. It's a night vision camera, only activated by movement in the room, and you see out of the computer screen or the television screen that is off comes a black blob of mist, and it forms something like a human body appearance, but it floats, and you can see it's on top of the victim sleeping there, and you see, you know, the way the eyes open or whatever. Don't tell me this is this is real. This is not due to, you know, sleep hygiene. That could also maybe, but no. On the internet and YouTube are more than enough proof to back up my definition of sleep paralysis. There are video clips on YouTube that were taken by people slept at night. The cameras used were mostly night vision cameras that it reacts only on movement. Now, the video material shows how a black mist, just like I explained, come and settled upon a person. Now, after the dark mist vanishes, the victim recovers to be able to move again, extremely in need of air to breathe. They couldn't breathe during the attack. Now that, or what is it other than an attack by a dark side demonic force? You know, Nikita, the medical doctors and the psychiatrics, they call it something like hypnotic, trance something. Now, okay, an hallucination, hypnotic, trance, hallucination. Now, to all those people up there, if you think it's that, explain to me the millions are video clips on internet where you can see what happened during a sleep paralysis. Can you describe to me, I know you cannot see it with your own eyes, but on a video program you can see what the camera put on film there for you. So please go and have a look there. It will change your mind. It's a demonic attack. It's not due to sleep hygiene or anything like that.
So Aaron's, if there are proof, and I know there is proof, because you showed me and I discussed some of these videos clips, who are the victims of sleep paralysis? I do believe so-called rational thinkers as non-psychics who cannot see in the unseen, or psychics who can see in the unseen.
Yes, but you are absolutely correct. Who are they going to believe? The rational thinkers, or are they going to believe the psychics and the spiritual developed people? Doesn't matter how far or how less. If you can see anything or feel anything, you are psychic, being psychic developed. Now, this is a choice every victim of sleep paralysis should consider after watching such videos. They, who's been attacked and was lucky enough to become alive again after that, they should decide for themselves. So our advice to you is to go and study a few of this. You can take Google or any other engine and just put in there dark shadows taken by night vision cameras over sleeping people, something like that. You will get thousands of websites or little video clips that you can watch. All of them are not so very good, but there's a lot, I think of Tim Morozov of Russia. He's a paranormal researcher. On his video clips I saw some of this, and on photos that they present, and Dark Ghost, of course, he also. But just type in dark shadows or shadow people hovering over sleeping people, something like that. You will definitely get.
There was a documentary that we looked at, but it's many years back. I'm trying to see the name, but I can't recall the name. I think it's something like insomnia or
insomnia.
I think it was something like that, but it was a documentary about these people that they done that got sleep paralysis. I think it was 7 or 8 people that they actually look at, that they took the photos and the videos
there
about.
Was a video like that, yes.
There was a documentary about that.
And it was on national television here in South Africa. I saw it,
And if I'm correct, that insomnia demon, you also performed that through the higher dimensional Zoromoleke healing. You performed the necessary to help me with that also. Yes, you can remember.
Yes.
So, and it really
it comes back to mind. Thank you for reminding me on it.
That is also. But does this black mist attacking people at night, is it part of the satanic kingdoms?
Not only part of the satanic kingdoms, Nikita. Satan's demonic legions represent dark side realms and dimensions up to dimension 22. It may be, go a little bit higher or lower, but according to what we see the demons do that we work with over the past 40 years or so that we are doing this research, we can see what the demonic demons are doing, So yes, it's not only part of the satanic kingdoms. Satan's demonic legions represent up to more or less dimension dark side dimension planets in the dimension 22. Now, unfortunately, there are, listen to this, fallen angels, fallen hefkanams, etc. in the dark side realms as well. Now, for those of you, please, if you haven't catch up on the previous programs, please do so, because otherwise you are going to hear titles and names that you don't even know what is. This is like a series of programs. You must start at one and go through, otherwise you are going to miss out. So please, and remember to share those programs.
Yes.
But take Lefty Dora as one example. There are endless more in the Gods and Hefkenheim dimensions, they are much stronger in power than Satan's his legions.
Do these specific sleep paralysis causing demons have names?
Oh yes, Nikita, that's very important. Oh,
Yes,
you always ask. You know, this is
I
why I
just
like
wanted
you
to
next
ask
to
you
me.
about it.
You always ask the right questions. Yes, the Toreme is high in very rank. He's only one. But you know, if I say a Toreme, which is high in rank, it means actually I'm mentioning, let's say, a humanity like the Americans. You know, there are millions of different personality, characteristic, whatever, Americans out there. So yes, this one is a very Toreme. You get high in power Toremes, low in power, but their whole community, if I call it like that, it's very high ranked. The other type of Toreme that I'm aware of is called Eta Zomeine. Eta Zomeine. And remember, you are not going to get this in psychiatric books or wherever. It is the names that the deities gave to those demonic entities. This is where we get it from. Now, as I mentioned in previous programs in this series, you will not find the names anywhere else as in the Brahma's writings, unless somebody else he read the Brahma's writings, he saw that names and is using it now. Yes, then it's okay. But you will not find it in any other book on earth. As I mentioned, both types appear as a ball of black mist. And this is very serious, something you should remember. You know, if you don't know it, but you suspect somebody was suffering of it, or maybe you had an experience, listen to this one. Both types appear as a ball of black mist, and both can shapeshift into a human form. In other words, first it's a black cloud coming in the room, then it takes shape of a person, and then it attacks you. Now, the radiation vibration radiate fear. Now, the stronger the fear that the victim experienced during the attack, the denser in black the Toreme or Eta Zomeine will be. Those are only two of the many that there is endless of them, but with which I worked occasionally. You know, it's either one of this or one of that, going on for ages now. Not ages, but decades. And if I treat a person or a house or something in which there is a sleep paralysis demon, doesn't matter what, I usually ask by means of the board to the guys, what do we call this one? Usually Toreme or... There is a third and a fourth type of sleep paralysis as well. Nikita, have you ever heard of a tekalosh?
Hey, tekaloshi.
Diadem, yes, it's him. A tekalosh is usually more active under black and brown tribes in Africa. These tribal people will put their beds on pillars of bricks or whatever they can get, just to heighten them a little bit more up in the air. Yeah, this tekalosh is much shorter than the Toreme, for instance, and it's actually very important to know that Toreme is actually, it doesn't come by air, if you know what I mean. It's not a black bass that comes in and then shapeshift into a human form. This one you can see coming in. I saw a tekalosh in my during 2 times. You can see the small, if this table is the ground, it will be about, let's say, between 12 and maybe 16 inches high, inches in the old term. So it's quite, and the arms are weak. It cannot get out of the blankets or what to pull it up on the bed. It walks where it wants to be. That is how you can see this is a tekalosh, because it's a pitch black mass, but it cannot float or whatever. It stands on the ground, and it's very it's actually very scary to see one like that, because I can understand why those tribal people are putting their beds on pillars or so that the Tegelos cannot get hold of them.
Yeah.
Very evil stuff, and some of them are human created.
Yeah.
And with the most hatred that can give you illnesses, or no, I don't like it at all. You want to say something? Now, black witch doctors and Sangomas are trained to make deals with demons and then attach a tekalosh to the person they want to torment or kill during the night. If such a witch doctor is available, black people who feel that their employers have done them wrong will also put a tekalosh in action to torment the employer and or kill the employer, even if it comes to that. This is most common here in South Africa. I deal with this on a weekly basis for the last 40 years or so. The fourth type of sleep paralysis causing entity we call a kind of its own kind of earthbound human soul. Now, yeah, let me explain it in my own words. You get a lot of people, I think, all over the world, not only in one country or among one nation or so. I think they are everywhere. Heavily possessed, let's say, male persons. Now, as soon as they went out for a drink, an alcoholic drink or something, when they come back, they kick the door open. They attack their wives and children, you know, with force. I'm laughing about it, but I don't laugh in a wrong way. It is not strange to me, but I cannot think, you know, how's it possible that you do stuff like this and you don't question mark it? You know, what is wrong with me?
Yes.
How can I not remember, you know, I beat up my wife last night or so. Now, if a man like that, you know, and as soon as he's furious due to drunkenness or whatever, and he starts, cursing and throwing stuff around, he will go to the kitchen and not open the cupboard, he will force it, you know, kind of, and the thing will shake, and you will take a knife and throw it around, and you know, maybe the wife says, calm down, and he takes a tin and throw it at her. I mean, all that stuff is not the work of a poltergeist, although the actions is the same. A poltergeist is all, what is that thing? Zolmoro, Keskazemaro, Zaria, and this specific human earthbound soul. They all act the same way. You need to see what's going on in order to, or feel the vibrations in order to see what's going on there, to do a correct diagnosis and to do the most correct treatment that you can get. I know men, they don't believe in true deities. You know, if it doesn't matter where they are, if there's food on the table, they will start eating without giving the offerings of the lips or so. I cannot eat if I don't do it. I mean, it's something inside me, it's like a program. I cannot eat if I didn't give the offers of my lips to the Most High. But you get people, with all due respect, this is an extreme kind of people. You know, they kind of sometimes primitive, brought up in a primitive way, so they used to beat up their wives and their children and throw stuff around and getting aggressive and kick everything in the premises. So you need to be there to, you know, if a person like that dies, this is exactly what will be after death. And sometimes people experience this kind of stuff like a poltergeist activity, which is by definition correct. It's just we underdivided, you know, human souls into a lot of other stuff that other people don't, or they're not aware of to do that. But we do it, so we give other names. A poltergeist is not a Zaria demon or any of the other mentioned, although they do the same thing,
Yeah.
or they cause the same trouble.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, when such a heavily possessed man enters a house, usually the next day is huge damage. And then, very important, people there listening, such a person will usually, when the next morning, you will know he went out and he got heavily drunk, but he cannot remember the attack on his wife and kids. And now he sees her, the eye is black and she's crying the whole day, but he cannot remember that he did something like that. It is that thing's demon. You know, you get a lot of alcoholic demons who misuse it. You know, if you can see what I see, and you see a bar where people go for drinks and so, yeah, you must see what hangs around there in this place. They sit there and they watch who they can attack and take over and go home with. And those things, they actually push you from your own human body and they attack your wife and kids and you. That is why you cannot remember. You were not even in your own body. That is the fact. You know, and that is very horrible. I mean, that guy who somewhere takes off the blankets of the sleeping people who own the house now, he's now the demon or whatever. He's not a demon, he's an earthbound spirit, but he's as black as a bloody demon deluxe, you know, due to his way of living on earth, his belief system. And you got a question.
If a guy like that is earthbound, does that mean there's a demon attached to him that keeping him earthbound?
Cobus, yes. Yes. Because if you listen to some of the other people that I've already mentioned, I don't worry to mention them again. You know, people like Dennis of Dark Ghost. If you watch that guy's videos, you watch him, the right guy's videos. He is psychic. He may be not spiritually developed, but he's trying. And you know, his video clip material is excellent to look. You can learn so much from it. And just remember what I told you, to cover up your screens or whatever, shield it so that there cannot come something through. But there you will see, or you will witness evidence that you've never ever believed can be possible. So, on behalf of us, Brahma's Tower of Light, also to Dennis, thank you so much. But on his voice recordings, you know, they've got this little voice box. I want one and I don't know where to get one, and I would like to have one. It is one of those, it's not that and then come through night. That rubbish. No, I don't want that. The one that Dennis has got, one of his, is it's little radio, you put it on, you don't hear or anything, and then Dennis will ask in Russian now, but you can read it in English under. Anyone here from the spirit world? I know something Maraduko or something. We watch his programs on a daily basis, so we start learning Russian. But in any case, and then the voice will say, I swear it's like an Afrikaans,
yes.
It sounds like that, but I mean, yes. Okay. Who are you? It's my house. I live here. No, it's not your house. You died here. How did you die? What happened to your body? Was killed. Jy weet switch by whom, dan sit er weer 'n stukkie, or there's a piece of silence. And then the voice will again answer questions. Why are you kept here? Why don't you go over to the next realm? Dennis will ask that question, and the earthbounder will say, because he keeps me here. Who is he? And then the answer will come, the demon that I called him. In other words, she invited him into her life by
Yes.
acting a strange way. If you think evil, you will attract evil.
Yeah.
If you think to be a harlot, you will attract harlot demons too. Now, this is what happens. And now that when the body of flesh died, that human soul couldn't go over to the other side or anywhere. It was earthbound due to the demon that were inside the human body. And now that is still keeping that person earthbound. I think if I've got a good guess, it's until the next 26,000 year transformation or partly transformation of the earth that I'm talking about in,
Yeah,
I
that
think
you
it's
will
one
go.
of the next programs. But in any case, Nikita, yes, in this case it's not even his bed, that black thing, you know, but in his world, somewhere in dimension 4, where this earthbounder dwell, he can still see this house.
Arends, apart from an earthbound human soul or a tekolosh, which we know why they are in place, who are the targets of Toremes and Eitazomene demonic entities?
You know, Nikita, there's a type of portal we know as a Sohat Leko. If you can see portals, this is a moving portal. The one moment it's there and the next moment it's gone. You know, it's like a small moving huge, you can see it's a round thing sucking in, but it moves and then it stands still and then it moves a little and then it's gone again. Now, the one moment is there and the next moment is gone. But while there, it sucks up whatever it can get hold of. Not physically, sub-components of you as a consciousness giving life form. And sometimes when you will get a, goosebump or thrill, as if the old people always said, when a cat walks over your grave,
Yes,
you get now you will get an effect like that, and then after that it's the same. Whatever you lost, you remember that program on portals, where I explained how a mirror, anything can work as a portal. Yeah, it can suck you in, and afterwards you react like those people who lost a lot of, there's quite a lot of damage done to themselves as a soul giving component, in means of that some of the sub-programs is now gone. Now you talk slowly or you know, that kind of thing. No, please. While there, if you cannot see them, make sure you cover you up with white light. And yes, in the next program, or no, it was the previous one where we taught them about the white light.
Yes,
the previous one. So all of you already know how to shield yourself up with the most pure white light. Now the only difference is that in the case of a Sohatleko, it will suck in whatever it can without you having any alcohol or any drugs in your blood. So you can be walking there or sitting there, and the next moment you act like a zombie. A real Toreme and a Eitazomene are part of the dark side kingdoms, and they collect consciousness, giving life forms on their or for their domains. They act like reapers of death. Have you ever experienced a real reaper? Now I know I laugh, but I'm over that Bardo. Have you ever saw one?
I've had an experience with a Toreme. When I was younger, I had a few experiences with it. And it's really like a paralysis over your whole body. So you can't move, you can't say anything, you can't even scream. It's like there's
Like
nothing coming
petrified.
out. Yeah, and there's definitely a huge fear. But because we are having the privilege to learn them, what the demons are now, So a few months ago, I had an experience with the guides showing me what I've experienced as a younger child with the Toreme. So they actually showed me how it looked. It was actually like a shape of a type of a shape of when you look at the Reaper from the side mostly, and it was dark and but I know I was shielded, and I could see you know, it usually happens in the early morning hours, as I can recall when I was younger. But this was also around the same time, so I was getting that fear shock, but I was also knowing, but no, this is a learning process. So because we are studying them now, so we can help you out there as we are doing. So yeah, that was
Luckily
a
for
very
you remember to shield up before you went to bed.
yes, and
that's why you
especially
survived
after
it.
that fear, you know, it's most just it's coming just onto you, and but then you know, but you guides are telling you,
Can't
see
do
what
nothing.
you have to do, see what you have to experience, learn from it, and it was actually coming all around the bed, coming close, but it couldn't do me anything.
It couldn't climb on
Yeah,
top of
because
you.
it was So it's really a privilege to know these things and to learn them now. So for a lot of people out there, I think who do experience
You
them.
know what? I haven't seen a Toreme with my eyes, but I saw it on video clips of Dennis and all that beautiful people out there.
Yeah.
But I saw a lot of demonic entities and this kind of horrible earthbound human soul that we spoke about, etc. But in book 3, A Look into the Unseen, which is already translated into English, I shared an experience I had with a Reaper. For those of you who are interested to read it, it's actually very scary. You know, for weeks after that, I couldn't sleep. I was afraid to go to sleep. And it was not for the reason I saw a Reaper. I'm not talking about an angel of death light sight. I'm talking about a black thing coming towards you with a Reaper instrument. And it's got a black cloak-like thing, you know, with red eyes. And it comes to you like this, and it looks in your direction. In those days, I mean, it was quite a few decades ago, I didn't know what I knew today. And the fact that the Reaper walked up and down, I thought, who was he waiting for? But if he was waiting for somebody, but it wasn't me. So, yes, you can go and read that thing if you want. But a Reaper, the fear that is radiating, it puts you in a bardo, a real bardo, for a week or two. And then you start slowly coming back to reality. You know, now you're ready to sleep. Well, if I must see a Reaper now, I will laugh at him, you know, because I know I'm covered up with light. In those days, we didn't know about this stuff. You ask, you know, whoever to cover you up. In those days, as Christians, you believed in other world things, but as I said, sometimes it works. But just like other demons, Toreme and Etas or minor demons can be attached to a house or to any other living quarter, or it can be attached to a specific person.
So Aaron, how do we know the difference between them?
If you are still young, Nikita, and strong like you three, experience Toreme in a house where you live. If you experience it, and what I will advise is to go and sleep for a week. Let's say you said it happened on a Friday or so. And the next Friday it was again. Usually this Toremes come in cycles. So, or some of them in any case. And you can see it's Friday night, you start, you know, or during a weekend normally a Toreme comes or whatever. For that period, the active periods, go elsewhere, go and sleep with a friend or something. and for a month if it comes to that, or 2 months, and then come back. If nothing attacked you there while you were sleeping there at another premises, the whatever the toreme is most probably attached to the house
not to you.
in which you live. And the fact, as he said, it usually comes in, all depends on how your bed stands, but if it comes normally from the left, side, this side, you will see it somewhere there. But it can come from the right hand side also, according to other people, but most of them explained to me it came from the left side. And if you then see something like that and you are covered up in light, it is what happened with you. You were petrified and everything, but you knew in your heart he cannot come near you, and he didn't come near you. That is what is so excellent, to think of all these, how beautiful we are actually, or how lucky we are. To have spiritual guides, because
they are just super
there's
awesome.
very horrible things out there, that I can promise you. So if you come back and that toreme attacks you again, you know it is attached to the house. Then you can call me to come and help you if I can, or long distance, doesn't matter. I can still do a lot of things from here with just the photos needed for it. And we can help you, we can try to help you in any case, otherwise we can, if it's attached to you, we will have to do it to Paratosa and maybe a few other things, but there's always help. Now, you know now what to look for.
Some people believe that a person's daily radiation vibration attracts sleep paralysis demons. Are they correct?
Nikita, if you take into consideration that houses, flats, plots, farms, etc. have also a consciousness that are created by the people who occupied that premises or farm or plot or whatever, the answer is yes. But you will remember in the program on possession that I mentioned demons like Zarias, Zomoros, Keskazamaros, who scratch you when they mark you. Now usually a 3 or 2 nail scratch on the back or somewhere where you cannot really get your hands to scratch yourself. They will do it, or if you are in a jacket, you will feel a burning sensation when you take the jacket off, the scratch will be there. But you cannot see it from the outside when it happened or so. So, and there's also something else, there's, I had a lady friend, I still have her, she's quite old, a little bit older than me, but this is now in body. But she had a horrible experience due to witchcraft that were done on her. And luckily me and Kobus, we went there and we did whatever took us to do it, and she was free of it. And when we paratos at her, a lot of illnesses and stuff just vanished, and everything was something like she called it. For her it was moving into a total new house at all. She could felt it, everything, and the reason she was so afraid, that somebody will do that again. I taught her how to cover herself up with white light, etc., etc., and how to use her brain to create angelical beings, not to create, but to focus on them and ask them to be there. What we usually do, that one with the yellow powder, Rada Lavitra and Pelomops, which means seraphim, angelical beings. I wonder if they heard that one. That is how to summon them, but I believe you are still.
Wisdom secret just shared.
Yes. In that case, a non-believer will start realizing there is something else in the unseen. Now, always keep in mind that a witch doctor or sangoma can and will attach a tegalash to a targeted person or house. And that tegalash is not only there to torment you or to harm you or to make you fearful. It's there for its radiation vibration to make you sick in your body and in yourself as a consciousness-giving body. So you can become mad, like being possessed by demonic things, start act strangely. So don't take it not serious.
Yeah, it's really serious.
It is very serious. It's a matter that everybody in the world should take note of. If such a demon can be caught on night vision camera during an attack, it is easier to identify the demonic entity in order to deal with it. You know, what you do to get rid of a doreme is not the same magical, high, angelical spell that you use to take away the Eta Zumena, for instance. So we need to see on a night vision camera what happened in order to identify it, and then we can apply the healing process. Now,
does it mean that if you live a life walking away from the true light side deities, being at the steering wheel of your own life on earth, a doreme will attach to you?
Yes, Nikita, very important question. And you said it so perfectly. I just thought about something, but it will come back. Live a life walking away, okay, I've got to thank you, from the true light side deities, being at the steering wheel of your own life. You are in an open invitation, or you are an open invitation to demonic and earthbound entities of all kinds. And now it's gone again. Ooh, you people, you don't know just what it is to forget. Let me just see the light side deities. Okay, it will come back again, don't worry.
So Ernst, are all victims of sleep paralysis awake while being attacked by doremes and other sleep paralysis demons?
Okay, before I answer that, it came back slightly. Yeah, Floranza one day went out of his body, he's the astral yogi, and he found, among other stuff, an earthbound woman there, and he started chatting to her. Now the first thing he noticed that she wasn't aware that time stood still for her, for instance, but she was walking kind of face downwards, and he said to her, "Why are you here?" And she said she's looking for somebody, and he said, "Yeah, but you missed the light. Through your whole life you walked away from the light, and now all of a sudden, because you walk like that, you don't see the light is up there. You need to do this." And as soon as that spirit woman did it, she was gone, she disappeared in the light. And that is how you can help all of them over to the light. That is what I forgot. But to come back to your question, yes, Nikita, you have heard that people revealed the cause of death of a beloved person as he or she died in their sleep. Now, not all the people who died in their sleep due to attacks by sleep paralysis demons or earthbound entities. However, a huge percentage of those people did die due to an attack while they were sleeping. Not all victims, I mean, wow, can you imagine you want to turn around and you see this pitch black thing in front of you, and now you're paralyzed, or you are freezing, petrified, and I mean, wow. Can you imagine? You went through it, you know, but I mean,
I think it's horrible.
it is more than horrible, and the more I think of it, the whole, that is why a lot of people, you find them dead in their beds, they just died during sleep. And those people, maybe it doesn't matter how they, on which side or on the back or how they slept. The fact is the one time they were there, and the next time they saw the thing in which they never believed, and the fright that they get gives them a heart attack, and that is how they die.
Yeah, it's really a fearful feeling.
So it's only the people who were attacked while awake, who survived to tell the story. The fact is that they woke up, maybe to turn around in their beds, and then the victim saw the tureme, and of fright, he or she died. Now, the fact is any person can die during his or her sleep due to a heart standstill or due to a heart attack while they were sleeping. I think this is a wonderful way to die, or to soul transfer, as we refer to a death. You don't die. It is only the human body you give consciousness to that die. You as a consciousness giving life form, giving consciousness to that body of flesh that you look in the mirror, you see it there, transfer to wherever you fairly belong to be after the human body you gave consciousness to died. It must be horrible to wake up at night only to see this sleep paralysis demon or earthbound human soul on top of you, strangling you to death in order to kill you, without being able for you to move or shout for help. These people usually die during such a heart attack, especially if they are old. You know, they are not young. It's more the old people, older than 70 or so, that will die in their sleep due to something like that.
And that's what happens when a person dies due to a sleep paralysis or any other demonic attack.
Makita, I cannot judge. However, I learned from what I learned from real ghost box conversations taken by real psychics like the presenter of Dark Ghost, a Russian research on paranormal investigations. His name is Dennis, or Dennis. Dennis makes use of a newest edition of ghost box types. I wish I could get hold of an EVP box like his. Now, during a dozen of two-way communications between Dennis and the entities on the other side, it became very clear that if you shared your human body with a demonic entity and you die, that demonic entity stays behind with you.
Yes.
Because how can you die with a demon attached to you as a soul body?
Yeah.
In fact, it's been growing into, you know, do you believe they will allow you in heaven or in the light side bringing in a demonic entity? There's no way. You stay here and your little demon that you allowed by ignoring the cosmic laws, etc., will stay with you here. This is it.
Is there any way you can heal yourself from sleep paralysis if you were lucky enough to survive one or more attacks?
You can actually answer yes, Nikita, but for the sake of our viewers, yes. In fact, there are two methods of self-healing. If you're a non-believer in unseen true realities like this, you can follow your medical practitioner or psychiatrist's recommendations. You can even go and ask for advice from your own spiritual leaders. I'm sure if they can, they will help you. You can also ask your God, the God you pray to, and in whose service you are, to heal you. I mean, a true God will heal people. My God heals people, and He's a true God. He's the Most High, and He's not the only light side God. There are endless of those gods who are true light side, and they can also heal you. So if you pray to a real God, it will help you. Other alternative, if you really believe in how the unseen functions, especially the way demonic entities can kill you, and you really want to get rid of sleep paralysis, demonic and other entities, change your attitude and lifestyle, your whole belief system, to follow the Most High, Toratre Yahweh Gloria, to be in His service, etc. He who follow and serve the Most High, Toratre Yahweh Gloria, will immediately go for a paratosa to get rid of the demonic entity who attached itself to you. If the sleep paralysis demon is a high dimension etasmena, we make use of a much higher dimension here we refer to as a Romos, R-O-M-O-S. Now next on the list is to Ratola, the house you stay and sleep in order to get rid of maybe specific earthbounders who will attack you or attach itself to you. Now practice self-shielding every morning and every night, and make sure, I say it once again, if you haven't catch up on the previous videos, do so. And make sure the so-called maids in your house are not the ones who use African rituals or Haitian voodoo or any of the others. Methods of witchcraft and black magic to attract all kinds of demonic entities to you. So by the way, Nikita, black magic is black magic, but I just mentioned there, you know, African rituals, Haitian voodoo, and other witchcraft like black magic. The word witchcraft refer actually not to black magic alone. Witchcraft means wise people who have wisdom that other people don't have, especially in alchemy and all that. The way they use that to heal persons. That is a witchcraft of wise witches. To say it in those words. But if you use black magic like African rituals or any negative thing to do harm to anybody else or so, then it's just black magic. It's witchcraft but black magic. You get witchcraft, which is also white magic.
Have you investigated sleep paralysis cases where it was the maids who attached the sleep paralysis demon to the victim?
Nikita, here in South Africa, maids will kill their previous employers who didn't pay them fairly. And unfortunately, those things happened in the past, and I think it still happens. You know, white Christians like to believe that if you are a Christian, witchcraft like black magic will not affect you. Even after the death of a husband or a child, they as Christians will still believe that what they want to believe in, which makes them feel good to believe in.
And Ernst, can children be affected by sleep paralysis demonic entities?
Nikita, not that I have investigated. Like Kobus said, there was a movie on something like that, so it means yes, but I haven't heard from the light side. I haven't posed that question, so I don't have an answer on it. But as far as I'm concerned, not that I've investigated, but it may be like that. Not where sleep paralysis was involved. I investigated families and houses where other forms of black magic was practiced to bring illness or on little children, like heart disease, lung disease, and many others. I won't exclude sleep paralysis. I've just never had a case where little children was involved in sleep paralysis. Not in the, let's say, 40 years that I do this job. It's actually longer, but let's say.
So what can people do who tried anything to get rid of demons with no results?
If they want us to help, they can write to us. If they have listened to the previous programs up to this one, you will also be able to help yourself. Otherwise, you can contact us. We can heal people in houses or other premises if we have the necessary photos we need. In other words, write to me for a quote by email. Address once again is Ernst Jordan. I'm going to spell it to you. ERNSTJORDIN81 @gmail.com. It doesn't matter where in the world you are, we can help. I mean, it's a human life. For heaven's sake, we can always give advice or whatever. But if you know you pray to the Most High and you are in service of the Most High, I promise you, it's like Nikita said, you know, before when she were just an ordinary Christian, those demonic entities attacked her. Now that she knows how to shield herself with the most white light of the Most High, now it doesn't happen. She actually see them, but it doesn't affect her in any way. And most people do not know the difference between an earthbound human soul and a copy of a human soul. They refer to both as ghosts. Now, can both entities visible to the human eyes harm or kill you like Toremes and other? In the next program, which is program G, I'm going to share ancient wisdom secrets on earthbounders and copies of people or happenings visible to the trained psychic eyes. Everything you see in the higher or lower vibration realities are not ghosts. Some of those so-called ghosts can attach itself to you to turn you own life into a hell. Bad enough to put you in an asylum for the rest of your life. Please stay safe and please remember to press those little subscribe buttons and the little bell icon. And I think now everybody is wake up again. And until we meet again, love and light to all of you. Bye.